Welcome to this webinar by the Medicines Patent Pool on MedsPaL, the new interface. So with my colleague Zhongyan, we're going to take you through the new functionalities, the content, as well as the new functionalities. So next slide, please, Zhongyan. So these are the three parts of the webinar. And just a quick word on the Medicines Patent Pool. So the Medicines Patent Pool is a public health organization that was established in 2010 to accelerate access to new medicines as well as health technologies in low and middle income countries. And we do that, so we operate through transparent, non-exclusive voluntary licensing of intellectual property rights as well as technology transfer. MPP's work was initially focused on HIV. Then the mandates progressively expanded to hepatitis C, TB, all patented essential medicines, COVID-19, and now also pandemics and other health emergencies. MPP also co-leads the mRNA technology transfer program with WHO. Now, to do MPP's work, as you see, one of the essential steps is understanding the IP and the patent situation of the medicines, all health products that we would like to in-license. And next slide, please. By doing this exercise, MPP has been gathering patent information, especially in low middle income countries for medicines. And this information was shared early on MPP's life with external stakeholders. So that was done through originally an Excel file, which turned into a searchable, publicly available database that was launched in 2016 that some of you might already know. And then in 2024, we published a recent a new update with a new design, more content, and more functionalities that we would like to present to you. Next slide, please. So I'm going to start with the content. So what does MedsPaL contain today? So again, MedsPaL is an open access free source of information. It is one of the most comprehensive one on the patent and licensing status on patented key health product in low middle income countries. The products that we have today, and we call these now key health product, as in addition to medicine, so we have 167 medicines. We have also now vaccines as well as technology, so long-acting technologies. We also cover the patent status on these products. We also provide license information on licenses, as well as data exclusivity information. And into more details, next slide, please. So on the medicines, we include in MedsPaL today all medicines that are included in WHO model list of essential medicines. And we do this across all disease areas. Now, we only include the medicines that are still protected by a primary or secondary patent at the time of their inclusion into the EML. So every 2 years, the WHO publishes the new listing of essential medicines, and we usually will be adding those products that are still patent protected. So if you're looking for all products that are on the EML, and if you don't find them in MedsPaL, it's probably because they have expired, especially they are off patent. We have also been added the patented medicine that were recommended by WHO for the treatment of COVID-19. And we have also recently started adding the medicines that MPP prioritizes for its work. So MPP has a dedicated, you can go and check it out, page on the website listing the medicines that are under priority or watch list. And as we need the patent information to add these into the prioritization, then we have also decided to share that patent information with our users because the information is there. And I will show you later, gathering the patent information in low middle income countries, which is the focus for medicines in MedsPaL. then we are sharing that today. And we have, so we have the medicines. We usually use the INN, so the International Non-Proprietary Name of the products. We will show you that later. And in addition to, so the medicines, we also, you will have the formulation. So one medicine, if it is available under different dosage forms, for example, oral or an injectable, then you will find the information on both in MedsPaL as the patent covering either or. The different dosage form might be different. Next slide, please. Vaccines. So some of you may have known MedsPaL. So MedsPaL was the database that we published a few years ago with information on selected COVID-19 vaccines that had received emergency use from the WHO until the 31st of December 2022. Now the content of MedsPaL, now discontinued, has been included into MedsPaL new version as a new type of product. The content of should evolve over time to cover other key patented vaccines or vaccines of interest. For example, we are working on adding the Mpox vaccines. So hopefully in the next few weeks, that information will also be available in MedsPaL. Now, on the patent information, for vaccines, we cover the patent information worldwide. So for medicines, we are covering low-middle income countries, but for vaccines, we show the information worldwide. Next slide, please. So the third type of products that you will find today are technologies, more specifically long-acting technologies that we have selected in the context of LAPAL. LAPAL is the Long-Acting Technologies Patent and Licenses Database, which is another free online resource that is coordinated by MPP. So LAPAL, so if you go to LAPAL today, you will find information on technologies, so very technical information on these new technologies, on their possible uses, with which compounds. If there are clinical trials, you will see the list of clinical trials, as well as and also maybe I should mention that in this database you may have technologies that have been submitted by originators, or let's say the developing companies, and in this case they also provide sometimes the patent information covering their technologies. If not, then we will look at that information and we will add it. For some of these, we have the detailed information in MedsPaL today, and there too, we only have 8 technologies today, but then this will also increase over time. Next slide, please. And once more, and another one. Now, just to explain where does the data come from. So I mentioned that we have another 27,000 national patent applications. So how do we get there? Now, and this is very specific maybe for medicines, we try to identify the patents that are owned by the originator companies. So we have an originator product, then we try to understand what are the patents that cover that product. So we use several sources of information. One major one is the regulatory authorities, to whom the marketing authorization holders have to submit the patent data. So there's a linkage in place, a patent linkage, and the marketing authorization holder have to submit the patents that cover the products for which they're seeking marketing authorization. So this is in place, for example, in the US and in Canada, and both have registers that are available. And what we do is we have medicines, we go to these registers and we look at the Canadian or US equivalent, let's say patent. We also other sources of information, such as licenses or published patent landscape by organizations such as WHO or Unitaid, or sometimes Unitaid, yes, as well as MPP patent searches. If the information is not available, again, in US FDA or Health Canada, then we perform the patent searches, either internally or sometimes also with external law firms. Now, once we have identified one equivalence in the US or Canada, then we can go and collect the patent information on the related patent family, and we look at sources such as public databases, for example, Patent Scope, the European Patent Office, ESPASnet. But we also look into disclosures by the patent holder. So this could be done again in licenses, such as MPP licenses in the exhibits and the patents in the territories. We also look at the national patent offices, so the available registers. And we also use other sources, such as, for example, Patent-Informed. And then finally, once we gather that information and the patent family information that we put in MedsPaL, we try to update that information. So for some of the countries, there are national patent register available, which exchange data, for example, with ESPASnet or with WIPO. So we can get information either from those patent offices directly, from the other publicly available big, let's say, databases. We also look, for example, for the status into the opposition database to see whether there are opposition in place. And then we also correspond with patent offices directly. So we have a number of memorandum of understanding in place with a number of patent offices. But there are other patent offices with whom we don't have, let's say, an official agreement, but to whom we write, and usually we get we get the feedback from them with an update on the patent status, which we then will put into MedsPaL. And this we try to update as much as we can, but at least once per year for each patent. Next one, please. On the licenses, so you can find in MedsPaL 4 types of licenses. We will have MPP licenses, again, voluntary licenses that are negotiated by the Medicines Patent Pool. We also have bilateral licenses, so also non-MPP voluntary licenses between originators and generics. We will also include commitments not to enforce patent on a given product if we hear about it. Sometimes originator decide for many reasons not to enforce patents. So when we hear about that, then we will add it to MedsPaL. And we also have compulsory licenses. So when we hear about the compulsory licenses that are issued by governments for products that we have in the database, then we will add it. Now, for the bilateral commitments and the compulsory licenses, we use data that's available, that's publicly available. And that's it for the licenses. And finally, the last piece of information that we find in MedsPaL for the products is data exclusivity. So data exclusivity is associated to a marketing authorization in a country, and it's a period of years from the initial marketing authorization of a medicine during which the patent holder or the originator, or let's say the marketing authorization holder, has exclusive rights on the results of the preclinical data and clinical trial of the drug. So the information that is submitted to the regulatory authorities to obtain the marketing authorization. Now, the data exclusivity prohibits the regulatory authorities from allowing another manufacturer, another company to rely on that data, so the data by the innovator, to support approval of another product. So you might have a country where there are no patents filed, but where there is data exclusivity in place, which then can constitute, let's say, a barrier for generic entry. This data, we have it for another about 16 countries. We added Jordan, I think, a few months ago. It's a little bit more difficult to obtain because then you have to go to the Ministry of Health or to try to find some listing about the marketing authorization and then the data exclusivity. So we still have a little bit of work to do to update that information. And I think that's all for the content. So I'm going to pass it on to Zongyuan, who's going to take you through the new feature functionalities in, let's say, slides. And then she's going to also give you a live demo. Should you want to maybe ask questions, I think there's the Q&A section if you can please add it, and I would be monitor the question. So over to you, Zongyuan.
Thank you, Amina, and thanks for everyone joining us for this session. So here I will guide you through for the new functions and the features. So first we start from the main page of the new MedsPaL. We can see we have the design for the top banner, and this new adding is about. And for you, once you click about, then you can see like about us, frequent asked questions, our founders, or some policies, resources, and also how to contact us. And then right under the about, there's the help section. You can have a simple click, and then we'll give you the general tips regarding what are the products, how can you do the search, how to use certain functions, what is it, the table view, report view, and about our new function, safe searches. And then you might notice there are some icons like eye or question mark or like the text. And these ones, they are actually, you can click them to open a new pop-up window, contains more detailed information to help you to understand better what does it mean, and or like represent like the functionalities, how can you use the keyword search in this case, for example. And then you can see like we have this new feature, which is for you to be able to select the products, as now the scope of new MedsPaL is not only essential medicines, but also vaccines and technologies. So for better user experience, now user can, by default, it will be all products, but you can click to select medicines or vaccines or technologies. And under that, we have two main views, which is by default is the patent table view, and then on the right, which is the report view, which will have more visualized design maps, and we will guide you through that later as well. And then under that, here you can see like there's a search or resort, like for patent and license, two tabs. To provide users like with like we divide the informations, and then later we will also show you like how you can smoothly like shift between the two. And then under that, there's the add and remove column function. Due to the limitation of the web page, for better, like easier to read, not all the information and columns will be shown, but you can always open, add, and remove columns to add the information you want. You can also share the search you are searching for, export the data currently displayed as Excel, and also you can save the search. And then here we comes to the table search. So another new function is the multiple drop-down selection. So users, once you select, such as here, the jurisdictions, you will see the current select will be showing on top. So easier for you to follow up, to monitor which are the ones you selected. And then the toggle all here is for you to just simply by one click, you can select or unselect all the selection you made. And by default, the patent table search is showing you can search for product, jurisdiction, and the keyword. Product, jurisdiction are like a multiple selection drop down, and for keyword you can just type in this field, and then the MedsPaL will generate the information such as patent number or brand name or countries. And then we have this brand new functionality, which is the advanced filter to help the user to target on what they want to looking for. So, and for, as you can see, once you click the advanced filter, like the new advanced filter table will expand and covers like patents, jurisdictions, products, data exclusivity, and also license. And here is kind of like a view, like example, if you search for dolutegravir and then the patent situation in China, comparing with the version, the previous version MedsPaL in 2016, the new version like will be able to display more information. So like here we categorize them for jurisdiction. Now we also have income group and region. And for products, we have the new information such as like development status, dosage form, product type, route of administration. And for patents, now you will be able to see the applicants. And applicants, I believe it's a column you need to add it manually. So it's kind of also like to remind you to use the add and remove column function. And here is an example for you, like when you make multiple selections, once you make the search and if you add something in the advanced filter, and then and all the items you search you selected in the first place do not satisfy all the filters you made, then they will be crossed out. So the example here will be first you select product, you select 3 countries, and then let's say I want to only know like the grant patent status, and then here Congo and Egypt get crossed out, and you see the result showing you Algeria as it's the only grant patent. And when you scrolling down on your patent resort list, to be able to show you like a bigger space to show the information, the search table will collapse, and we will have a floating button on the top right, update search, and for user to update. And you can simply click on the update search button, and the search table will display again, and you can make the changes you want. And then you just, once you're done with the editing, you just click like the gray zone, like outside of the search table, then the new result will be generated. And here is also like showing you the table view, how it looks like for the patent informations, and also how we try to do our best to manage how it looks and how to show different informations. So on the right is the patent or patent application information, and then the left side we use the space to show you what are the license and other agreements informations. Under the license, you will be able to see the data exclusivity information if there is any with this case. And here we go through a bit more about the patent status. So through its lifetime, a patent will go through several patent status, but many like this patent status can be categorized in 3 main status category. For example, like for filed, opposed, or rejected under appeal, they will be under the status filed, which means pending, ongoing, and we highlight the color with yellow. And then for the valid ones, such as grant or term extended, then they will fall into granted, which means it's valid, and then we highlight with color green. And for the expired, rejected, withdrawn, and they will fall into the not enforced status, and we will color them in gray. So so it's very direct and visualized. Then on the right, you can see like the screenshot, like show you example, like just by a quick look, then you will be able to tell like what is the main status. It's valid, invalid, or ongoing. And now we will show you like a bit more like entering the patent card. So here is a resort page, and you will be able to click, once you've done the search, you'll be able to click on the patent, the application number, and then the MedsPaL will open the patent card. We also like improve a lot our patent card for more information. And so now the patent card contains 3 tabs. The first one is basic details. So under basic details, it covers the bibliographical details and also such as grant numbers, related PCTs, applicants, and also the link to the actual patent publication and to the external database. And for us, it's the ESPACEnet from the European Patent Office. And then the second tab is associated product, which lists all the other products associated with the same patent. And then the third tab is the patent family, which will display the equivalent national patent application, like within the same patent family from other jurisdictions. And so now here is something also really need to highlight, which is one of the key new functions is the safe search. So now, like MedsPaL users, you can save the search you made, and also you can choose to enable the email notification. But we don't want to like bother the users if we make any small editing or updates, if it's like things like title. So we choose the things like will trigger the alert, which includes a change in patent status, the newly associated patent or license, or additional data exclusivity information. But for you to be able to save search and turn on the email notification, account is required. And if it's the first time you use and you don't have one, MedsPaL will ask you to create one. It's very easy to create. You need to simply input your email address and then set your password and maybe have activate email, and then you can just directly go for it. Once you log in, the icon on the top banner, login, will change into a bookmark and a profile icon. The bookmark icon is the one for you to access all your saved search will be saved inside. And for the profile icon, it's you can just go there to access to your profile, maybe reset your password, or if you say, I want to log out. And here is kind of guide you through the process, what will happen to save search. So first, you can run a search with the product you are interested in or jurisdiction you are interested in. Then you click the save search. There will be a pop-out. The window will ask you to give the save search a name. And also under, you can choose to disable or enable the email notification. Once you save it, you can always go to the bookmark icon to go to My Save Search. By clicking the title, you can just directly rerun the search, or you can choose to disable the notification if recently it's not in your interest, or you can choose to delete it. And when the search you saved, like there's anything like a resort been updated by us, you will receive an email notification within 24 hours of publication of the update by MPP. And then we now move from the patent tab to the license tab. as you can see here, like we have license information, and then we decide to let license have its own tab to be able to show more detailed license information. So once you had made a search, have the license information, if you want to see more, you can directly click on the license tab, and then you don't need to change anything or redo your search. Then the tab will shift from patent to the license. Then you will be able to see more detailed informations. And then when you click on the license name, the MedsPaL will have a pop out for the license card with detailed and further information such as jurisdiction, licensee type, and then the title will be the link to take you to the page, to the web page, which provides more information regarding this license. And then now we're gonna move to the report view. So to analyze the patent and the license with the associated product with a more like interactive, more visualized for you, the report view like will show you the information through like interactive map, charts, and timeline. And it's basically the very easy to use, same design. You can just from the drop down select the product you are interested in and hit the generate report. And the same as the patent table in the report view, you have the patent tab and the license tab. And so this is the interactive map, what you can see from the report view in the patent tab. So here is example for generate the report for molnupiravir. And you can first click on the eye icon on the left to explain you like different shades of gray for the income group and the two different blue, which represent the filed patent status or if it's granted. And on the up right, you can choose to print the full report, or if you want to just export the current map as a PNG, or you can share the link for the current search with maybe your colleagues or the interested parties. And then under that, you will be able to select the income group you are interested, and then you can select a specific jurisdiction. In this example will be India. You can select both from either the drop down or you can directly click on the map. Once the country is selected, it will be highlighted in purple, so easier for you to track which country you are selecting. And once you use your mouse to hover over on the map, you will have a little tag to explain you what is this jurisdiction. Example here will be Egypt. And once you made your search, and then you can choose you want to see all patents or you are interested in compound patent. And then if once you select all the search you want, and then the relevant patent link will be listed under. And by clicking the application number, you can always open the patent card for more patent information. And then if you scroll down from the interactive map, then you will see this summary of patent status for family by region with the donut chart. So this part is showing you the distribution of patents or patent applications for all patent families associated with the product you select, and by different status category and also by region. And for user and for you, if you want to see, I only want to see one specific patent family, you can make your selection on the upright drop down. And then once you select all the table on the left and also the donor chart on the right will update as soon as you made your select. And for the donor chart, you can see like it's divided by region and in different colors. And the color gradients, it's relevant to the patent status. The darker the color like represent the active patent status, and the lighter the color is the inactive status. And if to see more information, you can always use your mouse. Just hover over on the donor chart, and you can tell like for up to, let's say the example here, 27 filed or pending state like cases, how many of them are filed and how many of them maybe it's in the rejected under appeal. And then continue scrolling down, then you will arrive to the timeline of the patent family, which shows you like the timeline of all the patent families associated to your selected product. And by default, the timeline will show the WIPO PCT timeline. But don't forget, on the upright, you can select the specific jurisdiction you're interested in, and then the timeline will update regarding your search. And also there's the small icon like the plus or the minus, which is to expand or collapse this mini patent card, explain like the status, the filing date, expiry date, and also the patent application number. And then we move from the patent tab to the license tab. In the report view, here is the interactive map. It's the logic is similar, and then still like from the icon you can see like it kind of like the guidance or explanation for the color coding. The same for the gray is the income group, but for the blue like represent the number of the license within this jurisdiction, within the jurisdiction. So light blue will be 1 license, then darker is 2 license, the darkest will be 3 or more license. And then on the right side, you will be able to select 1 or more license, and you can select jurisdiction or just directly by clicking on the map. And yes, the same, the selected country will be highlighted in purple. You will have the little tag to guide you which country now you are looking at. And then once you made your selection, the license associated to your selection will be listed under the licenses. And and those names, they are the links. Once you click them, the license card will be opened. And then below the license interactive map, like we have a license table, which is kind of like the similar way to display the license information in the table view. So from here, you can see like the license directly with the type, with the jurisdiction covering license or licensee. And by clicking the link, you can open the license card and then to have more details. So, apart from improving the design and functions and everything like for computer users, we also improve like the experience and improve the mobile compatibilities. So now the new MedsPaL, it's been adapted for portrait mode, view like on the phone or on the tablet for different types of devices for user to read. And if you just want to make a quick search, if you don't have your laptop, and then we have the design more suitable to the portrait mode, then you don't have to swipe left and right. Then it's easier to use, easier to to just access to the information. So, so we're done with the slides part. So now we will have a live demo for you. So here is, you can see it's the MedsPaL, and this is the new designed top banner. Here's the about us, and useful resources, or the frequent asked questions. Will give you some answers if maybe you need some further explanations, and also contact us if you notice there's something you want to ask us, or you thought about good suggestions or anything, you can just reach us. You can also sign up for our newsletter. And then we go back to the main page. And here, by default, we'll select all products. So now if you have the drop down for product, you will find the majority will be the essential medicines, but you will find the vaccines and the technology both inside. And if today you want to search for vaccines, you click vaccine, then here, as you can recognize the icon, then you will only have vaccines here. And then here is the advanced filter, like it's so for example, just we do a quick search. For example, let's say it's let's say we search for cabotegravir, and then let's say I want to see what are the cases they are already valid. Like for example, we can choose grant or grant opposed. Then we got 32 resorts, and you can also say I have a preference, like maybe I want to focus on lower middle income country. Then now you have 7 total resorts. Then and also, like as there are some information are hidden, you can always check them, the disease area for this product. And also I want to know what is the application date. Also, I want to see the publication number. You just check them, you go back, then you will notice this information will be adding application date and the grant number. So you can share or export. You can also save search. Then, for example, if we click save search, you need to give a name. Then I will put, for example, cabotegravir, and maybe I just say it's lower middle income countries, like just a simple thing. Like for myself, I know what I'm searching for. I say I want to receive updates. I click continue. And then if I go to my bookmark, then it will be listing here. You can always say, maybe I stop monitoring this, then you can always delete it. So now we go back to the main page, and we can also show you, this time we search with a different one. And let's say this time we search for cabotegravir 600 milligrams per milliliter for Malaysia. Okay, and here can see that it tells you that this country is not included. So maybe can change another country. Then can see that, for example, Indonesia, there's a MPP license. You can either directly click here, you will have the license card, like most of the information will be here, or you directly click the license tab. Then you don't need to make any changes. Like for the search part, then it will shift and show you the same, which is the MPP license on cabotegravir. And also, like you have the link, you click and will open open you the MPP license about cabotegravir. And once you say I'm done with this search, and here's the clear search, so you can directly click here, and then the search will be erased. Then you have a clean table, then you can redo a brand new search as you wish. And then we can just have a quick guidance for the report as well. Then for the reports, we search, for example, the product dolutegravir. We generate the report. So first we can have a look at the patent tab. So here is where I mentioned the eye icon to explain the color coding. You can choose to zoom in or zoom out the map. I can directly click to select the jurisdiction I'm interested in, then it will be highlighted in purple. And then here you can see there are lots of patents listed under the patents in India. You can click and you can see like the status and many informations, other associated products, or the status for other jurisdiction. And for Egypt, as it's light blue, then you see the status will be rejected under appeal. So it's kind of like the filed or like the pending status. And then here is the donut chart with the distribution for the status and also for the region. And so here you can see there are 42 not in force, 31 grant. And you can see there are 19 granted and 3 granted opposed. And you can say like, maybe I'm more interested in the dolutegravir and cabotegravir compound. You click, and then the table and the donut chart will directly make the changes based on what you did. And then under here is the timeline we mentioned before. Default is the PCT one. Like we can see, like there are basically it's showing not in force, and you can just choose any country you might be interested, and we'll show you what is the patent timeline in this country. And for Philippines, we can see there is a patent filed in 2007 and currently it's granted. And then a quick for the license tab, it's for the interactive map. Then it's the same like the patent tab, like here, like you can tell from the different shades of blue which countries have no license or less license or more license. You can also like you can click the toggle off to first clear all the selections, and you say I want to focus on to know what is the MPP license for adults on dolutegravir. You select only one. As you only select one, then you can only see light blue. It's based on what you select, and which means like these countries in light blue color are for sure contain the license you are searching for. Or you can, let's say, when you select more, then the color will change, and then you know that they have more other license. And then under that, here is the license table. It's all the license relevant to the product you search will be listing here, and you can have a quick look, and also you can click the title to open the card. So I think I've tried to cover everything, and If you have questions, you can leave in the chat or the Q&A. And or is there anything you would like to add, Amina? Thanks.
No, thank you very much, Songyuan. We had two questions, which I think I answered through the Q&A. There was one about a disease area, hepatitis B, which I covered, and I think there was also one about accessing MedsPaL. So basically, yes, you just type in www.medspal.org, and you should have access to the website. And I don't see anything else. I don't see any other questions. So I think we can stop there. We can wait for another few seconds, maybe see whether anyone has a question. But as always, we are available. You can write to us if you have any question, if you have suggestion, as Songyan mentioned before. If you see anything that doesn't match, or there are errors, because well, we do a lot of things manually. So please let us know, and we hope that this webinar was useful, and we hope that you will be using the interface or continue using it. And yes, again, please let us know if you're registering and you're receiving weird alerts, also there, let us know. But there we go. Thank you. Thank you for the comments, for the nice comments on the interface. So thank you very much to everyone who has been attending. So we give you back 10 minutes, and hope to see you at another occasion. So thank you. And again, please write to us, medspal@medicinespatentpool.org, and we will be happy to answer. So thank you very much for having spent these 45 minutes, 50 minutes with us.